Alright guys, so today we're going to talk about a few different products from a brand that I know I'm going to mispronounce because I think it's pronounced Oraolo. But a few years back I tried one of their neckband speakers, and it was at a time when Bose was releasing theirs and JBL was releasing theirs, but those were some pretty expensive neckband speakers. But the Oraolo neckband speaker came in at a pretty decent price. So when I tried it out, I was actually blown away at how comparable it was to the Bose and the JBL at the time. So it was a brand that caught my attention then. And I've noticed that they have upgraded it throughout the time because now they have the M110 neckband speaker. We'll go ahead and start with that one. It is a neckband speaker that comes in at $59, although right now it's on sale for $47. And it has two speakers. It's all made of silicone. It's very, very comfortable. It has a lot of flex to it. So you can put it on, do whatever you need to do. And it's one of those that's not stiff. I noticed that some of the other brands were stiff, and it, like, if you moved, it just stuck in one position. So I like that this has some give to it. It allows you to basically hear your surroundings. So I use mine at home or while I'm in the office so I can listen to music or a podcast or a show or whatever and still be aware if somebody comes up to talk to me. And it sounds very impressive. But as far as what all it comes with, it's very simple. It only comes with a USB-C cable to charge it. Everything's located on the right-hand side. That's where your power button is located up top. And then on the side, you have 3 buttons, which basically gives you control over your play, pause, skipping your tracks forward, going backwards. And then there's a flap on the inside, which is covering the USB-C port, which you would use for charging. And it also covers up a micro SD card slot. So, you're able to just throw a micro SD card in there if you have some songs already on it. So if you're going to go out for a run and you don't want to have your phone on you, you just simply throw that card in there and you have whatever tracks you have with you. And another thing is it comes in rated at IPX5. So if you are using these outdoors and it does start to rain or they get splashed on or anything like that, they're going to be okay. But as far as the actual sound quality, again, like I said, this was one of the most surprising things. It has a very full sound. It is very spacious, obviously, because it's just playing within your surroundings, but it does have some punch in the low end. That was one thing that the JBL neckband speaker didn't have, but the Bose speaker had. But the Bose speaker, I think, was like $200 or $300, and I felt like the M10 or the Oraolo neckband speaker was extremely comparable to the Bose. So the fact that you can pick this up right now for $47, I definitely felt like it was worth mentioning. Now, the next 2 products I'm going to talk about are actual Bluetooth speakers. I was so impressed with the neckband speaker that I saw they had some other Bluetooth speakers, and because of the price that they've dropped down to right now, I thought I had to check it out. I mean, I didn't feel like I had anything to lose. And the first one we're going to talk about is the Roller Bluetooth speaker. Now, this speaker comes in at $59, but right now it's on sale where you can pick it up for only $29. So it's like 50% off right now. And what it is a 40-watt speaker. It has up to 24 hours of battery life if you listen to it at about 60% volume. It also has a mic input, so if you're looking for something to be able to use outdoors where you need to communicate with people, or if you're just looking for like a mini karaoke machine, and it's kind of what it reminds me of. It looks like a little PA speaker. It does have an all-plastic build. It's very lightweight. It has a little handle. It's easy to pick up and move around. All of your controls are located up top. All of the inputs are located up top as well. You have separate dials for the main volume and the mic volume. You have some different effects that you can control. It even has lighting on this speaker that you can also control. There is a USB input. If you want to just have tracks on a flash drive, you could use that. It also has the micro SD card slot, so you can, again, have music files on an SD card and use it that way. It charges via USB-C, and that cable's included in the box. And then they've also included a 3.5mm cable because it has that aux input as well. So there's a bunch of different ways that you can listen to music on this speaker. Again, it does have 40 watts of output power, and that's with a single 5-inch speaker. And I think for the most part, it sounds very impressive, especially for its price range. It gets plenty loud in my opinion. I feel like it's very clear for a speaker its size. And again, surprisingly, it does have a decent amount of low end. That's the one thing that so far has really impressed me with this company, is how much punch they're able to give you on products that you generally wouldn't think would have that amount of bass. the next speaker that I checked out was the Oraolo louder Bluetooth speaker. Now, I think that's an odd name just to call it louder. But again, this one comes in retailing at $59. And again, this is another speaker that's on sale for half off, where you can pick it up for $29. Now, essentially, it's kind of similar to the Roller, where it has that 40 watts of output power, but it's using two speakers. So you have each speaker outputting at 20 watts. But the difference mainly between these two is I feel like the louder speaker is more rugged. It just feels more solid. It also comes in with an IPX6 rating, so it's rated against splashes and rain and sweat. And if you happen to just kind of drop it into water, I don't think it's going to damage the speaker. Where the Roller, I didn't see that it actually has any kind of water protection at all. But the louder is using Bluetooth 5.3, where the Roller has Bluetooth 5.0. So I felt like the connection was more solid with the louder, and I also felt like it was much better with things like movies and videos where you didn't really have to worry about lag. Now, this speaker also has drop protection up to 3 feet, so again, it plays to the more rugged feel that it has. I do like the handle on the top. It kind of retracts into the speaker. It reminds me a lot of like the SteelSeries gaming headsets, where the headband at the top just kind of adjust depending on, how much you put it on your head, how much you pick it up. And as far as the actual controls on this speaker, they're all located on the left side. So that's where you have your play, your pause, your track control, your volume control. And it does have the flap, which I'm going to say, this kind of, again, follows the theme like the neckband. These little silicone flaps are hard as hell to open. It's kind of frustrating. I do get that it helps as far as water protection goes, but it also is very frustrating when you need to just charge your speaker or plug something into it. To be able to get to it, it's just a pain in the ass to open this thing. Battery life gives you 24 hours if you're going to listen to it at about 50% volume. If you're going to listen to it at just max volume, though, you're still going to get about 12 hours of use out of it, which, again, I think is very impressive. Again, this speaker also has an aux input. It does come with that aux cable and also the USB-C cable for charging. And it also, again, just like the other ones, comes with that micro SD card slot so that you can have songs with you without actually having to have your phone with you. And then as far as the sound goes, like I said, it has that same 40 watts output power, but I feel like because it's using two separate speakers, it seems to have a lot more space in the sound. But I also feel like there's a little bit more bass in this speaker, and it has more of a natural sound to it because it has a little bit more warmth than the Roller does. I do feel like the Roller is focused a little bit more on the treble and a little bit more on clarity, where I feel like the louder is focused a little bit more on the low end. So they are two different kind of speakers. And I don't think, again, that you can go wrong with either one of them, especially at $29. So my overall opinion on all of this is, with their current prices, these speakers are just excellent alternatives to a lot of the more expensive speakers. And if you're looking for a speaker to use by the pool or use outdoors during spring break or during the summer, and you don't want to drop a whole lot of money, again, I think these are very good alternatives. But they are two different kind of speakers. That Roller, although it doesn't feel rugged, you do get that mic input. So again, it's being able to have karaoke wherever you want it. I do think the RGB lights is kind of appealing, especially for a lot of people that's just looking for like a party type speaker. And I feel like if you're just looking for a very clean, clear sounding speaker, the Roller is an excellent option. Where I feel like the louder is just a more rugged speaker with a lot more punch in the low end between these two. And so it gives you peace of mind. So if you are going to use them by the pool or at the beach or whatever, you just don't have to worry about it as much. And then coming back to the M110, that neckband speaker, in my opinion, this is a hidden gem in the audio world. This is a product that blew me away years ago, and the fact that they've updated it and they didn't change the way that it sounded, it's still one of the best neckband speakers that you can buy, and there's not really a lot of competition for this speaker under $100. So I think think all three of these, you're getting a lot for your money. And again, just like a lot of the products that I talk about on this channel, that's usually the main focus, where there is value, where you don't have to spend a whole lot of money. And I think the company Oraolo, or however you say it, has really found a sweet spot when it comes to pricing to performance. It's just, again, it's one of those companies a lot of people don't know about, a lot of people may not ever know about, but that's why I like to do these type of videos. So guys, that's my video on the Oraolo lineup of speakers and neckband speaker. Again, at their current prices, and because you can get it on Amazon and their return policy, I definitely think they're worth checking out. But thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.